everyone, welcome back. Let's continue to practice with percent by mass calculations. You're either going to be given it and you have to use it as a conversion factor, or you're going to be asked to calculate it. How many grams of water are in 2% by mass potassium chloride solution if you have 25 grams of the solution? What'd they give you? They gave you percent by mass, so that means you're going to have to use it as a conversion factor. That is going to be a conversion factor. I am not going to start with that in my factor label. It's not going to be helpful. I'm going to do it factor label style by writing down the number, the unit and thing, times and a line. The unit and thing on top go on the bottom. 25.0 grams of solution times and a line. The unit and thing on top go on the bottom. Don't put it here, slide over. Now you got to think. What's the problem asking you to solve for? Grams of water. I got grams on the bottom, grams there, and I need grams of water. I have to use that as a conversion factor. How do I know? Because it has a divide in it. That line is a divide. Now I'm going to go and do my solutions triangle to figure out my conversion factor. I'm always going to assume 100 grams of solution, and a solution is made up of a solute and a solvent. And in our class, the solvent is always going to be water. And the 100 grams goes on the bottom here of solution. The 100 grams goes on the bottom here. This is the number that's given in the problem. I have 2 grams of potassium chloride, but hey, I don't want the potassium chloride, I want the water. How do I get the water? The water is 100 minus what is given. So 100 minus 2 would be 98.00 grams of water. Grams of solution, the 100 always goes with the grams. Why? Because we assume a 100 gram sample. And up here I've got 98. That only has 3 sig figs. That's infinite. I've got 4 there. I'm going to round my answer to 3 sig figs. Now I'm going to get out my Lion calculator, and my Lion calculator says this is... Actually, my calculator didn't lie this time. It turned out to 3 sig figs. Huh. Sometimes calculators tell the truth. So what's that mean? Let's look at it. So I've got 25 grams of solution. So let's say I have a beaker, and let's say I have it on a scale, and that scale says I've got 25 grams of solution. 25 grams of solution, probably about 25 milliliters, around there. And I know if I've got 25 grams of the solution, and it's 2% potassium chloride, I know that 24.5 grams of it is going to be water. Out of my 25 grams, 24.5 grams is water. That's kind of a neat trick. Let's do another one. I'm going to set you up and you'll work it, and then you'll come back and check. What's the percent by mass concentration of what's the percent by mass concentration? Did they give it to you? No. This time they want you to calculate it. Of a solution made by dissolving 5 grams of ammonium chloride in enough water to yield 15 grams of the solution. How do we get percent by mass? It's always part over whole times 100. And I'm going to stop there because I'm going to, do that thing where I look off to the side and smile and count to 10. You're going to stop the video and work this problem, and then just push play, and then we'll see how you did. Welcome back. Let's see how you did. Well, we know that percent by mass is always going to be part over whole. Well, the part is going to be the solute, and the whole is the solution times 100. That's what percent by mass means. So the solute is the ammonium chloride. So I have 5 grams of ammonium chloride. All right, that's going pretty good. And now I need to put the solution on the bottom. Okay, I'm going to get out my red pen because there's a common error here. Somebody out there in video land did this. You saw this 15 and you went 15 plus 5. Now, let me tell you why you did that. You did that because that is the right answer to a problem we did a video or two ago. But don't fall in the trap. Look at this. 15 grams of what? This is the solution. They gave you the solution. They just didn't give you enough. They didn't just give you the water. They gave you the solution. So you don't have to add the 5 to it. Yeah, just put in the 15 times 100. I got 3 sig figs. I got 4 sig figs. The answer must be reported to 3. I'm going to get out my Lion calculator, and this time I get 33.33 blah, 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 blah. I need to go to 3 sig figs, so I'm going to take those off, put my percent on there, and snap. 33. So it's a 33.3%. Huh. I'm going to have to go back and look at that problem. This is the correct answer. I'm just doubting myself. I wonder if you can even get 5 grams of that to dissolve in 15 grams of, in enough water to make 15 grams of solution. Seems like a lot. That's kind of a big number for percent by mass, but we're just going to go with it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. I hope you can make it a great day.